Exchange Irrigation Scheme is a 165-hectare irrigated arable land in Jombe communal land but in Silabella constituency in Kwekwe district of the Midlands province of Zimbabwe. It is 37 km southwest of Jombe Joel, 83 km northwest of Kwekwe and 25 km north of Crossroads DSC. It is in Region 3. The climatic conditions are semi-arid with an average rainfall of 632 mm per annum. Estimated elevation is 1,200 meters above sea level. Background: Exchange Irrigation Scheme developed in two phases. The first phase was when in 1973 56 hectares were developed to supplement to farmers who had been resettled on 2.5-hectare dry land per household. Plot holder then had a comma, as it is popularly known. Thus a 0.1 hectare. If a person has 0.2 hectares he is said to have 2 commas. 1 hectare is 10 commas. 1 x 10. Phase 2 was when the scheme was rehabilitated and developed to 165 hectare. That is plus 109 hectares. The second phase saw allocation of commas to new farmer and addition of commas to existing farmers. In 1997 there were 850 plot holders with an average of 0.2 hectares plots per farmer. Water source. It is fed by Exchange Dam which is on Gweru River. Gweru River is a tributary of Shangani River. Exchange Dam is the biggest reservoir in Gweru River followed by Insakamini Dam in Lower Gweru. Exchange Dam, sometimes called Exchange Block Dam, was built in 1972 primarily for irrigation. Its full capacity is 9 million cubic liters. Objectives. Primary objectives of the irrigation scheme was to equip farmers with a basic source of income. Materially and cash. Farmers could earn at least a sum equivalent to the government-gazetted minimum wage by selling sweet green grocery produced from the irrigated land. Beneficiaries. About 900 farmers and their families who live near Exchange Irrigation Scheme are the primary beneficiaries of the scheme. Most of the surrounding farmers have dry land rain-fed fields averaging 2.5 hectares. Livestock of these farmers also benefit by foraging at the adjacent bush that is evergreen watered by spillage irrigation water management. The scheme was developed by Agritex, an extension work department of the Ministry of Agriculture. It is managed by the Scheme Management Committee elected by participating farmers from among their members. Maintenance is carried out by civil servants at the scheme in unison with the Management Committee. Agritex officers and plot holders. Women. Women have 50% representation in the Management Committee, yet the percentage of work by women is only 33%. However, 80% of workers in the irrigation scheme are women. Irrigation. Irrigation is water is dam pumped from Exchange Block Dam into a night storage reservoir before being canal distributed into 2 other reservoirs further into the scheme for surface flooding of plots. Unlike in Gondoma Irrigation Scheme on the other side of Jombe, this scheme water is driven by electric pumps. The plots are 0.1 hectares each and are arranged in blocks of 20 hectares to 30 hectares each. There are 6 blocks in total covering all the 165 active arable hectares. The tertiary offtake gates are operated by hand by either the civil servants or members of the Management Committee. Water is shared evenly at 1 day per week for each block of the 6 blocks. The 7th day, Sunday, is reserved for night storage top-ups and for watering nursery beds in any block. Irrigation seasons. July to February is maize corn season. March to June is the beans and tomato season. Yields. Normally yields are 7,000 kilograms corn. Sold as green maize per hectare and more than 1,000 kilograms per hectare for beans. At the market prices of 43 cents per kilogram for green maize and $1.50 per kilogram for beans. The two crops have a value of $3,000 per hectare for maize and $1,500 per hectare for beans, giving a combined harvest value of $4,500 per hectare per year. The values quoted above are based on the following: 700 kilograms per comma per 0.1 hectare. Green maize is usually sold in dozens and a dozen has an average of 7 kilograms. With this assumption, 1 comma would sell for $300 at $3 per dozen. 1,000 kg per hectare to 1,200 kg per hectare beans. That is 100 kg to 120 kg per comma of beans. Beans usually sell at US $1.50 per kilogram. $30 per 20 kg bucket. See also Ngondoma Irrigation Scheme, Senkwasi Irrigation Scheme, Jombe, Silabella, Zimbabwe RDC. References